Hello students, myself Neeru James, your SST teacher, and in this video I am going to teach you chapter 1 of economics class 9, that is the story of Palampur. If you will study here in this chapter, the village Palampur does not exist in India, but it is as similar as number of villages which are available in India. It is an imaginary village of the writer, you can say, of your book. So we will discuss the factor of production and different activities such as farm activities and non-farm activities in this chapter. Okay, so let's begin. First we will see here with the introduction that what type of village is Palampur. If you will see the village Palampur, so the main activity of village Palampur is farming. What type of activity is done in Palampur? That is farming. There are so many people in village Palampur who are living and who are doing different kind of farm activities in Palampur. Maximum number of people are involved in farming activity only. Other than farming, if you will see, they are involved some other activities also, such as small scale manufacturing, then dairy, transport, etc. These people doing farming as well as some people are doing small scale manufacturing also in their home, and sometime with farming they are doing the work of dairy. Then with the farming, some extent some means of transport they are using to transport the things from one place to another place. These production activities need various resources that we know, and these resources are natural resource, man-made resource, as well as human effort and money. Now, if you will see in Palampur, there are 400 families, 450 families are living in Palampur. How many families are living in Palampur? 450 families. And out of these 450 families, if you will talk about their caste, so they belong to different castes, different religion and different communities. And out of 450, 80 families are belonging to upper caste family, and they have their houses which are large as well as made of brick and cement, or you can say they have their houses pakka houses. Out of 450, if you will subtract 80, so how many people are having kacha houses? 270 people are having kacha houses. Sorry, 370 people are having kacha houses and 80 people are having pakka houses. SC group, or you can say Dalit group, comprise 1/3 population of the village. So 1/3 population, I have explained you that there are 450 families in Palampur. So if you will take out 1/3 of 450, it will be 150 families. So there are 150 families who belong to SC group of people, or you can tell them in other name, that is Dalit. And these people are allowed to live only in the corner of village, and their houses are very small, as well as their houses are made up of mud, straw, or you can say they live in kacha houses. Okay. Now, one good thing of Palampur is that we will discuss here, that is that in Palampur people are having electricity connection. Okay, what is the good thing? Whether the house of upper class family or lower class family, people are having electricity connection, well electricity connection in their houses. Most of the houses have electricity connection, and that is the making their irrigation process more easy. They have their tube wells in their field, and that tube wells they are using to irrigate their field in the at the time of farming process. They are able to irrigate with the help of tube wells. They are able to irrigate their fields. Plus, Some small business also required electricity, so that electricity is helpful for that also. So good thing of Palampur is that well connection of electricity is available. Second good thing is there that in Palampur there are two primary school and one high school is available. Plus there is a primary health center is available and one private dispensary is also available in Palampur. So if we will talk about the good things of Palampur, or if we will say that whether the Palampur is a developed village or underdeveloped village, so definitely we will say that it is developed village because all the necessary facilities are available in Palampur. Okay. Now we will discuss about the activities, economic activities which are held in Palampur. There are two type of activities happen in Palampur. These are farm activities and non-farm activities. One is farm and another is non-farm activity. फार्म एक्टिविटीज़ की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो फार्म एक्टिविटीज़ जो एक्टिविटीज़ विच आर डन ऑन फार्म एंड नॉन फार्म विच डू नॉट रिक्वायर्ड एनी फार्म फॉर देयर working. Okay, so Palampur is well developed as well as well connected village with the nearby villages and town. Nearby village, if you will talk about, so that near village which is located near Palampur is that is Raiganj and the town is Shahpur. And Palampur is having good transport facilities also. Different type of transport facilities are also available in Palampur, that we will see here. You can see the picture that farm activities are usually involved farming in that, and that is done in a farm. Now before discussing the organization of production, or you can say factor of production, I would explain you that what transport facility is available in Palampur. So in Palampur people have roadways, or you can say in Palampur you can find the road, and on these road you can find the means of different means of transport. These include truck, tractor and what you can say trucks, tractor, jeep and motorcycle, and other than this they have the some animal carts also with them. These animal carts are you can take them that these animal carts tonga is there, then bullock cart is there, as well as bogies are also there. Bogies are the carts which are pulled by buffaloes. Now we will discuss the different factors of production. So here some factor of production you can see on the screen. Number one, there are four important factor of production: land, labor, physical capital, and physical capital is including two types which is given in your book: fixed capital and working capital. And fourth factor of production is human capital. In your book it is given separately. On slide you can see that it is given in the group of, or in the category of physical capital. Okay, so now we will discuss about that land. Land is the first requirement for the production, and from land we are getting so many natural things also, and land we are using for cultivation as well as some construction work also. Land is supporting the living organism also. People are getting shelter on land, they are living on land. Then it is providing us some natural resources such as water, forest and mineral. So land is the most important factor, one of the most important factor of production. Okay, now we will discuss here factor of production. The second factor of production, that is labor. Labor is divided in two categories. One category is skilled labor and another category is unskilled labor. Okay, in skilled labor people need highly educated workers. Skilled labor, or you can say qualified laborers or workers, include people who are highly educated worker. Plus some activities require only physical capacity only, or you can say manual work. So these are the people coming in the unskilled category. They do not need any training. With the simple introduction of the work, they can able to easily do the work. Such as construction site workers are working, they are holding the pot in their on their head and giving the cement and other things, bricks, to the mason to make the building. So such type of labors are included in unskilled labor. Okay. Now physical capital. If we will discuss physical capital, so in physical capital, first category is fixed capital. Fixed capital is the capital which include tools, machines and generators, turbines, computers, or any kind of machine you can take here example. Means फिक्स्ड कैपिटल मतलब जो हमने लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम के लिए हमने उसको बॉट किया है एंड वी कैन यूज इट फॉर लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. वी डू नॉट need to change these things day by day or hour by hour, okay, or within 1 or 2 days. These are the things which are, you can say that, which include in our property also. Generator and turbines and computers, one time when if we are buying them, we can use them for long period of time, such as tools and buildings. Suppose one farmer is buying tractor, so that farmer can use that tractor for number of years, 30 to 40 to 50 or many more years he can use. He do not need to there is no need for him, or he does not need to buy the tractor again and again every year. So such type of capital is including in the fixed capital. The tools, machines and buildings can be used production over many years, that is called fixed capital. Okay. And in physical capital, the second category is working capital. Second category is working capital. The production requires a variety of raw material, like yarn we use, or weaver is using yarn for the production of textile. Then potter is using clay for the production of pots. So these yarn and clay are included in the raw material, and these raw material are the part of working capital, because once the yarn and clay is used, that we cannot reuse. Such as computer, tractor, tools we can use again and again. But once these things are used and we produce the finished goods using yarn, cloth as well as using clay potter, after that we cannot reuse it again. Some money is also required during production, and that money is also part of working capital only. Raw material and money, these are the two things which include working capital. Now, according your book, this is the fourth factor, that is human capital, which include or you can say that here the most important factor is human, because we need all four requirements: land, labor, capital and human capital. But without knowledge and enterprises, it will not be possible that anybody can put the land, labor and physical capital together and produce the things and bring the output or bring the produce. So human capital is the most important factor of production, that bring all these things, factor of production, land, labor and physical capital together and doing the production with the help of knowledge and enterprises. So every production is organized by combining land, labor, physical capital and human capital, and all these together known as factors of production. Okay. Now we have discussed introduction of Palampur and the things which required in the production of any good, or you can say factor of productions we have discussed here. Now in next video we will discuss about these factors in detail. Thank you.